We want to welcome all our viewers today on Glorious Morning Shower. We thank God for what God is doing with us here, what God is doing with our country, Nigeria. It can only be better to the glory of God. The message of God to you this morning is a turnaround is coming. A turnaround is coming. A turnaround is coming. God is about to flatten some mountain that has been terrorizing us as individual, as community, and as a nation. God is set to flatten those mountains. In the book of Matthew chapter 17, verse 14 to 16, what happened in that place, the deliverance of that demon-possessed, a lunatic boy that was brought to Jesus. The deliverance of that boy carry another message. And the message is relevant to you this morning. You see, why do I know that turnaround is coming? Mark this word, the most toughest time in your life is a day to miracle. You know, naturally, when something good is coming tomorrow, the eve of that thing is celebration. When a woman is preparing for, or a couples are preparing for their marriage on a Saturday, so to say, on a Friday, what do they call it? This bridal shower or bachelor eve. What do they do? Do they mourn during that time? No, it's a time of celebration. Celebrate is the celebration in preparation for the bigger celebration the following day. Likewise, when Christmas is tomorrow, what do they call it? They call it Christmas Eve. You know, in those days, you see what they call Christmas carol songs, people, rejoicing. From the mood, even from the smell, like if you live in a village where people live close to each other, the smell, this one is killing this, what they are roasting is a pointer to the fact that this thing is already coming tomorrow. But the opposite of this thing is what we call a day to miracle. Whenever miracle is remaining tomorrow, the eve of miracle is the most toughest time. The eve of celebration is a joyful time, but the eve of miracle is toughest. So from that scripture of Matthew chapter 17, verse 14 to 16, the lunatic boy was brought to the disciples and they couldn't heal him. That was why the mother, the parents, took him to Jesus. And they complained, we have already taken him to your disciples and nothing happened. That's why we are bringing him to you. But the Bible said, as they were coming, what was coming? They were coming to the deliverance of that young boy. The spirit troubled him the most. I think it's in the account of the book of John that he says that the spirit troubled him the most. Now, the spirit threw him down, fell down. Why? The miracle of that boy is coming. Then the demon arose. Anytime you notice that your situation is getting tougher, getting worse, so to say, in your spirit man, know that time miracle is already knocking at the door. tomorrow of that day is miracle. So, and I know even in our country, Nigeria, there is so much agitation here and there. In your family too, you could be sensing some serious agitation. And God said, miracle is by the corner. That is why those agitations are getting tougher. How also do I know that a day to my turnaround is the most toughest time? In the book of 2 Kings, chapter 7, we read the account of those 4 lepers that brought about the miracle supply of Prophet Elijah. Now, before that miracle, what was it? You see, and the famine in the land was severe. The famine was severe to the extent that people began to kill their children to eat. You see, at the peak of that suffering, Elisha appeared and he said, by this time tomorrow. Now, why that man on whose shoulder the king leaned protested against Elisha was because the man was right. It doesn't seem, you don't know the volume, the height of what we have come to. You can't see that mothers are already killing their children to eat, and you are talking about tomorrow. But little did the man know that Elisha was talking from a point that he doesn't know, far away from his understanding. Say, by this time tomorrow. So, a day to your miracle is the toughest time. Elijah didn't say by this time next year. Elisha now sensed, based on the happening of God, most especially to a righteous man. I'm not talking about when somebody is suffering out of judgment or somebody is suffering out of, I'm not talking about just attack. Permitted problems. At the peak of it, his miracle is about to be birthed. I said, by this time tomorrow. I said, I know this God too well, that anytime things get this out of hand, what else could you describe as getting out of hand? Initially, they couldn't get food. They were scraping. Maybe they were eating grasses that time, and they couldn't find grass again. I don't know. They couldn't get anything to eat, and the only solution was their own children. That was the peak of it. And when Elisha saw it, instead of Elisha to begin to rebuke and say, oh, let's stop them, he came and said, this is it. By this time tomorrow. By this time tomorrow. And that's what God is telling you today. He said, yes, you have already said it. Maybe you even said it this morning or yesterday. Why me? Oh God, this is too much. You know? Oh, what a country. Oh God, why are we passing through this stress? Say, oh Father Lord. Now, God is saying, tomorrow is the miracle. That is why you are saying those things. When the clouds change, you don't need to ask anybody. What do you say? Say, rain is about to fall. So, the more it gets thicker, what do you say? Say, the downpour today is going to be heavy. So, as your situations get thicker, know that the downpour is going to be heavy. The downpour of your miracle, the downpour of your turnaround is going to be heavy. So shall it be for you in Jesus' name. Don't forget, on Glorious Morning Shower today, a turnaround is coming. A turnaround is coming.